Hi, my name is Michael Peterson, and welcome to Blue Chew Records. Now, if you spend a little time here, you'll get a good idea of how we work with our artists and the wide range of services that we offer. I have spent my entire career as a working musician, sound engineer, and music producer. We work with all levels of artists, musicians, singers, songwriters, and performers who want to get into the business but don't know where to start.
Coming into this, I didn't even know what key I sang in, let alone how it worked to make a record. So Mike was super patient with me and basically taught me everything I know about music.
We do so much more than just recording. We work with artists on their music theory, song arrangements, vocal coaching, their performance, their social media campaigns, helping them build their fan base and branding. Yet the most rewarding part of my work is teaching and mentoring others. We call this artist development.
Michael's actually taught me a lot about piano, and it helps me a lot with my pitch and the way that I hear pitch, even with my own singing and being able to hear it, like hear the note before you sing, as they say.
Songwriters and performers can often hear in their heads what they could imagine something could sound like, but sometimes it's really difficult for them to explain.
Michael definitely helps me develop my own ideas and make them closer to what I was imagining in my head.
Teach me to be great, man, how can I say? I know what I want and I know I gotta go take it. It's part of the game, man, how can I say?
I think the instruments too, he kind of takes those instruments and uses them in a way to orchestrate what I'm kind of hearing in my head, and I don't really know how to execute it. It's one of those things where it's like you didn't notice it was wrong until he made it right, you know? And then all of a sudden you're like, wow, that sounds good.
For many years, it was my dream to start a record label, but not so I could only make records, but so I could work with gifted artists and discover their true potential.
I'm sitting here, everybody in my ear. Tell me where to exit, had to hop right on the Lear. Damn, she's so annoying, had no chaser for the beer. Hey, let me tell you something, ho, yo, this gonna be my year.
If I had to define what we're about, I'd say excellence. We're very focused on the quality, and our artists really appreciate the time and care that we spend on their music. And the finished product is always better than they could have imagined.
I'm only human, can't you say? I made a mistake. Please just look me in my face. Tell me everything's okay.
Because, there were a few times where artistically, he was thinking from a producer's perspective and I was just thinking from the artist's perspective and how I felt about it. And he really took the time to explain, not only how it sounds, but how it's going to translate in the mastering process and the producing process. So we did have some funny moments where I was like, well, I want to sing it like this. And he's like, Julia, you do have to go up a key in one verse. So you got to think about if you really want to sing it that way. So it was funny and we learned a lot together.
For the experienced artist, will help you in developing your very own unique sound.
Certain parts he really did help me develop my sound a lot more and made me sound a lot better in certain areas. Like there was certain stuff that I just wasn't even thinking about, and he was just like, yo, try it like this, try it like that, and it just made me go from like here to here, and I was like, whoa, like, this makes it so much better.
We'll spend time on your music arrangements, your songwriting, and refine your performance, style, and image.
He'll listen to the beat and he'll listen to my vocals together, and he takes like a producer perspective and kind of adds in different musical parts that complement my vocal and the way that it sounds, and so that there's a little bit more pizzazz. Is that a good word?
For the emerging artist, we'll start wherever you are. We'll take you step by step through the process, from recording a commercial record to building your very own fan base with social media campaigns and branding.
So after we finished the album, Mike was super involved the whole time, obviously throughout the producing process, but then after we finished and we celebrated that, we got right to work working on merchandise. We found a great venue for a debut concert and album release. It was amazing. We worked on ticket sales and we created awesome advertising. So Mike was really there for me, not only throughout the producing process, but also afterwards as well.
As an independent label, Blue Tree Records puts their artists first. We partner with their artists in building their careers.
Mike is always putting the artist first and always thinking about how we can be bigger and better. He never is okay with just the status quo. So I think in that way, my fan base really grew because he was always on me about, okay, let's get posting. How can we, get your engagement up? So he was on top of that much more than me. And I'm on social media like all the time. So
Every time I've come here, I spend money. I've always got it back. Like especially sound quality, production, everything. It's just it's great.
Since working with Michael, I've kind of put all of the technical stuff that I learned about songs and lyricism and song structure, and he's helped me put them together in a way that I can convey emotion to an audience.
to someone who's thinking about working with Mike and taking the leap, I would say do it. He's a really easy, communicative person. He's easy to work with. He's friendly, and I always felt really safe here. I started working with him when I was like 18, and I didn't know anything about the music industry or anything about producers, and it was kind of scary. So Mike is just one of those people who he'll give you all of his energy and all of his effort. He's a really good person besides just an amazing producer.
Thank you for visiting our website. Feel free to contact me by phone at any time. I look forward to the opportunity to discuss your project. Thank you.